Okay, hi guys, I'm back in here with my tissue is pretty much dry now, and I'm going to add some color first. So we are going to just use these colors here that I found, and this purple, and these stickles. At some point I'm going to use some of those. So this first color is smidge blue, and I'm just going to squeeze some blue out. Okay, and then I've got some of this filtered orange, mint, so whatever it is, it's orange, and I'm going to add some of that. Okay, that one is dry. I need a needle. Sorry, that one it had a clog, so I stuck my pen in there, and I am going to squeeze some of that out. Maybe. That one is stuck. Thought I pushed it out, but evidently not. Oh, okay. It had a clog way up in there. So we're going to get that out. So I got a little bit there. And I am going to use the same brush that I had the glue with. Ooh, okay. So that's the blue. And then I'm going to mix it in here. Ooh, that looks nasty. Okay, I don't like that. And this one is too dark, but you know, I don't have any wet wipes, so I'm going to get some paper towel. Okay, guys, not a good idea. So I am going to put some of this green over here, and it is clogged also. I shouldn't have mixed the blue and the orange because it really made mud. Okay, I'm going to put a little bit here, and I am going to use a sponge. I am playing. I don't know where this is going. Okay. I really don't. I'm just messing around. I don't know if I'm going to be able to use this. I may have to cover up with some, because that came out dark. Okay. That, yeah, that blue, I'm going to go over that with some gesso. I got some gesso, so I am going to use that. And I'm probably, since that came out so dark, you know, I don't know what I'm doing, so I'm just playing. And like I say, I'm going to gesso over that because that is definitely too dark. Okay. Who knows? It doesn't look so muddy. It looks more turquoisey with mixing the green and the blue instead of the orange. Like I say, I don't know what I'm doing. I am playing, and I'm going to, yeah. So the green and the blue makes like a turquoisey color, so that's good, because that muddy orange was just like too much. Okay, so yeah. How about it? it lightened it up. I want to be able to see. Okay, so mixing the green and the blue kind of made it lighter, but I'm going to tone it down some with some gesso because that blue is really a dark blue. And yeah, but the green lightens it, but I don't want to totally cover up the tissue paper. I want to be able to see the notes and stuff behind it, which is fine, but let's grab some of that off. Let's see, using this particular sponge takes some of that darkness out and lifts off so that some of the tissue paper design shows through. Okay. Don't know where I'm going playing. So I'm going to let this dry some and I'm going to come back. I will be back. Hello, this is Joyce, and I'm back with just, and I keep saying that, and I don't really need to say that every time, but I added a little of this purple, which is a metallic 3D stamp paints, and I just took my same little brush, and I just went in and just kind of stamped it like that. Don't know where we're going, but I'm kind of liking that. So I'm going to let it dry. I'm just figuring I got to let layers dry. So I've used paints, tissue paper, and the watercolor paper. I wish I had a thicker paper because the watercolor paper is really, this one seems not to be that thick, but I'm going to do something different with it. So yeah, I'll be back once this layer is dry. Okay guys, I am ready for another layer, and I just took some gesso. I'm so happy it wasn't all dried out because it's been in there forever. So I took that, and then I found this purple. You know, it's kind of going towards purple and teal. I found this lavender Americana paint. It's almost gone, so I'm going to mix it with the gesso. And I'm just using a little spoony thingy, and I'm just going to mix it. And because I didn't want to do the stark white, so I just took a paper plate and I'm mixing some color. And I pulled out a stencil. Okay, so I'm not going to stencil everywhere. I am going to do just a little bit, so I'm just going to stamp that, and I'm stamping off the side. I can't do it in the so I'm just stamping into the plant, and I'm just going to do this. And these are some of the Faber-Castell okay, so I'm not going to do it all over. I shouldn't have did it there, but I am going to just stamp in places using this color, and then I'm going to take the rest of the paint and I am going to put a little bit more on there. I'm going to start another background. So you can't see, but I am just turning my paper, and I am just going whichever way it lands. I'm not I'm just not going to be real particular. And I'm thinking you can only use this stencil a few times. You can let it dry and then just stamp over it. Okay. So I am, I don't want to waste any of this paint, so I am going to pull out another another piece of, okay, so as you can see, I got arrows all over the place. Like I said, I am just playing. I don't have a plan, but I wanted to do something to try and get my creative juices flowing, because my mojo has been in the toilet. So I am just going to do this. And like I said, this is gesso and paint mixed together, and it's different. Let's try and kind of do it here. And I guess if you just let this dry. Okay, so anyway, that is just another layer, and I'm going to let that dry, so I will be back. And since I had so much paint of that purple and gesso in the bowl, I did another background where I started one, and it's just got the paint and gesso mixed together, and then I added just a little bit more of the gesso to get the white. Not sure where it's going once again, but you gotta play to be able to come up with a program. This is the one that I've been working on, and I'm still working, trying to decide where it's going from here. Actually, I'm going to use some modeling paste. I'm going to get this one out of the way so that it can dry. I don't particularly like to use the heat gun. I will, but I don't really like to. So, but I'm going to pick this up and put it somewhere where it can dry, and then I'm going to clean up my desk. Hi guys, I'm starting a new layer. Yeah, I'm just layering up. And I just want to let you know that if you have any of this Viva Ferro Special Effect paste, you probably should use it. Look at the top. It is hard as a rock. And I was able to get down in it and do some, use some of it from the middle, but the stuff is hard. My gold bottle, I can't even use it. It is hard all the way through. Yes, it is. So if you got that stuff, mine has been in there for several years, and I must have opened it to use. This one was never opened, and it dried out. So I'm telling you, if you got this stuff in your house, you really, really need to be using it, or I throw away so much money. I have thrown several items in the garbage, and I'm offline. I am just using this stencil with this paste, trying to give my background some dimension. And I'll show it to you one side. But yeah, I like this stuff, but oh my gosh, it is, yeah, it is really dried out, almost totally dried out. Well, the middle is good, so I'm going to add this. Like I said, I'm not sure where this is going. I really am not, because, you know, I am not a mixed media person. I don't have any skills in that direction. But I am just giving my paper some texture. And I'm probably going to cut it up and do cut it up and do, this piece is going to have to throw in the garbage. If you use paint on these paper stencils, you can use them again once they dry. But since I'm using this thick stuff here, I'm going to put a little bit here. Okay, and I am going to call that done, mostly, I guess. Probably should work in some kind of organized way, because mine isn't. But I'm going to end that. That's going to be the end of that. I just wanted some texture, and I think I'm going to take once this dries, and I'll be back. I'm going to add some gold to the top of it. I'm hoping I can get some more use out of this, that it's not, since it's not all totally dried. But I am going to go and wash it off, because paint wipes up pretty good. I don't know about this stuff. So, okay, I will be back. Like I said, I'm gonna, once this is dry, because that charcoal is so dark, I'm gonna just brush some gold across it, and then I'm going to decide what. Hi guys, okay, I'm back with this. So I dried this with my little heat gun, the Tim Holtz one. It's stiffening up. I found this glaze that I don't even know why I bought it, but it's Deco Art Elegant Finish Metallic Glaze, and it's still fluid. So I am going to open this up. I don't think I ever used this but one or two times, but you see it put even though you could hear it, it put this film on top. Now I need to find something to get it off with. Okay. Sorry guys. Alright, I'm gonna come right back. Okay, I added a little of that glaze to the top. I am going to heat it up. I'm just thinking that's enough because it's getting muddy again. Sorry, I'm just gonna dry it a little bit, and then I think I am going to cut it for ATCs. So I'm going to turn this off while I talk to you. So I think this is going to be one of the backgrounds for my mixed media ATCs. Not sure what it's going to say. It's going to have a quote of some sort. And I will come back once it's dry and I actually have the finished, at least one or two of the finished products. Okay, I have cut my background sheet in half, and as you can see, this is what my ATCs are looking like. They're all just a little different. And then I have some scraps, so I'm not going to throw that away because that can be used for something else. And this is another big piece that was left over. Okay, this is just me playing and mixing up projects. This one came out a little bit dark, so I am going to do some stamping and add a little something to it because it's just going to be some quote. And I'll be back. Yep, so alrighty, I am coming to the end. I have did a little stamping and I'm trying to decide what I want to do to these. After doing the background, I cut everything to, and I showed that, cut everything to 2.5 by 3.5 inches because that is the size of now it's just a matter of what am I going to make these, you know. And then I had some scrap paper and I collaged some paper. It's a lot more pages, but I just pulled out 4 where I just collage paper on top of paper on top of paper. So that is what I've been playing around with today. I tried to stamp some of these. Need to clean those. I'm going to put up all this little paint. And I've got two more backgrounds that I started. So, but yeah, this is what some of my pieces look like. They've got purple. I used some of this Distress Oxide and just went over the top of it, so I like the way that turned out. So, and then that one. And then that. So yeah, those are my ATCs started, and this is 2 that I've almost gotten decorated. I'm not going to do a lot because they need to still fit into the baseball sleeves. So I'm going to do the back, cut the paper so that I can stamp my, put my information on the back. I'm going to use this one. And then I am going to decide what each one of these is going to be. I'm just not sure what I want to do with them. I've done the background is done, but now what do I do? So I'm still working that out, but this is what I worked with today. And like I said, I had some pieces left over, so I'll decide what I'm going to do with that. Oh, excuse me. But anyway, so that's where I am so far. But it was fun just playing around with these, with the paints, and I had paint everywhere, but it was so much fun. This did get a little darker than I would have liked. You know, I was going for light and springy, but I ended up dark and dreary. But I do like that it turned out. I did several different layers with paints, tissue paper, stencils. Like the tissue paper, you can barely see any of the musical notes or anything. It's under there, but you can barely see it. So the next time I would go just not so heavy-handed. But this is a process, and I just honestly, I'm not, you know, it's something I play with. I want to learn more, so I am going to, I got a couple books that I would love to read, but it's just a matter of layering and deciding what you're going to do. So, I mean, come on, that's cute all by itself. So anyway, y'all, I am so sorry I'm yawning. I got off work at 11 today. And I'm ready for bed. I forgot to take my blood pressure pill until a few minutes ago. So I am ready to call it a night. So I'm going to post this tomorrow just because I really want to share. Bye. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. Leave a comment. You know. Bye.